Hello everyone. In today's session we are going to see one example program on vector class, right? In last session already we have discussed about what is vector and in how many ways we can create vector object, and we have seen what are the various methods available in vector class. And in today's session we are going to see one example program so that you will get better idea like how elements are added, how the operations are done on vector object, right? So before starting the program, I request you all to recall the structure of writing Java program so that you'll get it will be helpful for you while writing the program, right? So my first statement will be like my import statement. So already I have told you, right, of all the collection classes and interfaces are available in Java util package. So while writing programs on collections, it is compulsory to import the util package in my program. So I am importing my util package. Import java.util.star. So this is my first statement. Later, like all other Java programs, I need to write my class followed by class name. So class followed by, I am taking the class name as vector demo. Okay, name of my class name, first letter should be capital letter vector demo. Okay, inside my class I am going to write my main method. So what is the structure of my main method? Public static void main, and my main method takes string type of array as parameter, right? So string, and name of the array can be any name. It is not compulsory to pass args, right? So I can take any name as array's name, right? So here I am taking the name as arr. So inside my main method, what I am going to do is at first I am creating one vector object, right? So if I create a vector object only, then I can store my objects, some other objects into the vector object, right? So first I need to create one vector object. So how many ways are there for creation of vector object? For creation of vector object there are total 4 ways. So I am going with the first method as this is simple demo program, right? So I am adopting the first method for creation of vector object, right? So what is the first method? First method for creation of vector object is which takes 0 parameterized constructor, right? So vector, we should be capital. So all class names first letter will be capital letter, right? So vector reference variable I am taking it as v equal to new vector. So I have created a vector object. Now what I am doing, what happens if I create a vector object like this? Internally an array will be created which can store 10 elements with the default capacity. The default capacity is 10, right? So now what I need to do, I have to add objects to that array, right? So for adding objects to the array, what method is available in vector class? We have add element method, right? Do you remember add element method? So I am calling add element method on vector object. V dot add element of, so I want to add integer object 1 into the vector, right? So this is my vector object, and what I am doing is I am trying to add some more elements into the vector. So vector is a homogeneous or heterogeneous object, right? It is heterogeneous. That means we can store any type of objects into the vector object. Here what I stored, at first I stored 1 which is an integer object. What I am doing now is I am trying to store a string object into the vector, right? Add for storing string object also we will use the same method, add element of string is represented in double quotes, right? So add element of hello. Okay, and I am adding one more object which is of double type. Add element of 1 point something. Okay, so what I have done, I have created a vector object and I have added all the elements to the vector object. Now I am trying to display the vector object. So for displaying anything on the console, what method you will use? We'll use system.out.println method. Name of the method is println, right? So system.out.println of, so what is the reference variable of the vector object that is created? V, right? Now I am trying to print all the objects available in the vector object, right? So this is my program. I am ending my main method and I am ending my class name, right? So now after typing the entire program, what we should do is I should save this program, right? So save as, the name of my program, the name of the file name should be same as the name of my class. So what name I have given here as class name? Vector demo. So while saving the file also you should give the same name, right? So vector demo dot java. As it is Java file, I should save it with extension dot java. So vector demo. So I am clicking on save. Okay, so let me open the file where it is available. My file is available in E drive Java folder inside the classes subfolder, right? So can you see a vector demo file is created and the type of the file is Java file. Okay, now what next, let me compile and run this file. Okay, so for compiling the file I am adapting the normal installation of Java. I am not going for any IDE. So let me open the command prompt, Windows or CMD. Okay, so where my file is available? My file is available in E drive Java folder, classes folder, right? So I need to navigate to that location in order to compile my file. So at present my cursor is in C drive user Swati, but I need to change the directory where my file is available to, in order to successfully compile and run the program. So what I am doing is I am changing my location to E drive, E colon, right? So E colon and CD, let me copy the path where my file is available, my Java file is available, it is available in E drive Java classes, right? So let me copy and I am pasting it here, CD space E colon Java and classes. This is where my file is available, right? This is the path where my file is available. Enter. So my location has changed to E drive Java classes. This is where my file is available, right? Now what I am doing is I want to compile and run the file which I have written, right? So let me open the file once and let me show you the contents where. So this is my file which is vector demo, right? So what I am doing is I am trying to compile it first. So for compiling any Java program, what command you will use? You will use Java C command, right? Java C space name of the program. What is the name of the program? Vector demo dot Java. Okay, let me press enter. So see here, your your program is successfully compiled, but here you can see two node points like vector demo.java uses unchecked or unsaved operations. We'll discuss about these nodes later point of view. These nodes are probably because of while creating the vector object I haven't included the generics, right? Generics and all, we'll discuss about them later. So these are not errors, keep that in mind, right? These are just node points, so that we'll take precautions while developing the program. So after discussing about generics, I am going to add the generics and rewrite these programs, so you can check the difference, right? What happened when I haven't included the generics and what happened after inclusion of generics, right? So you can see my program has successfully compiled and no errors are here, right? This is only note, these are only nodes, these are not errors. So after successfully compiling the Java program, what I have to do is I have to run the program in order to get the output. So for running the program, I have to use Java, we have to use Java command followed by space, name of the program. Name of the program is vector demo. Press enter, right? Can you see here? So what we are trying to display in our program, we are trying to display what are the objects available in the vector object. So total three objects are available in vector object. All the three objects have been displayed, right? So insertion order is preserved or not, that means in what order I have added the elements to the vector object, they will be added in that order only, they will not be added randomly. So at first I have added 1, right? So 1 will be displayed or 1 will be stored at first in the vector object. So can you see 1, hello and 1.2. So these are the three objects which are available in vector object now, right? What I am doing is, can you recall, I'm trying to remove an element from the vector object. So for removing of an element at the vector object, what method we should use? We can use remove element at method, right? So v dot remove element at of. So I want to remove the element at the second index position. So I am passing 2 as parameter. So if you want to delete element at second index position, you have to pass 2 here, or if you want to remove the element at first index position, which is the second element in the vector, then you have to pass 1 as parameter to the remove element at method. Okay, clear? So I am calling remove element at method on the vector object. Then what I am trying to do is I am trying to print the vector object once again after removing an element. So for printing the element once again, what method we should use? We have to use the same method, which is system.out.println. What I am doing is I am copying and pasting it instead of typing it once again. So control V, system.out.println of V. So after making any changes to the program, we have to save it once again. So save. Okay, we have to save it, recompile it and run it once again in order to get the accurate output. So I am recompiling the program once again. So for compiling the program, what command we'll use? We'll use javac hyphen space vector demo.java, name of the file. So I am pressing enter. So have you seen, my program is successfully compiled. Now I am running my program Java. In order to run my program, I am using Java command space name of the class, right? So vector demo, enter. So can you see the difference here? At first, see, in our program we have used system.out.println statements 2 times, right? At first, after insertion of 3 objects into the vector, I am displaying the vector object, and after removing one element, I am displaying the vector object. So at first, how many elements I have inserted? I have inserted one integer object which is 1, and then hello followed by 1.2. So after adding the objects, what I am doing? I am printing the vector object. So it is displaying all the 3 objects, which is 1, hello and 1.2. Then what I am doing after printing the vector object? I am removing one element which is available at the second index position. So what is available at second index position? Index will start from 0, right? So 1 is available at 0th index position, hello is available at 1 index position, and 1.2 is available at 2 index position. So the element which is available is second index position will be removed. So what is available at second index position? 1.2 object is available. So it has been removed, and when I try to print my vector object once again, only 2 objects are being printed, right? So this is one simple example on vectors, right? You can experiment, or you can play with all the methods by applying all the methods on the vector objects, so that you will get better idea, right? So in today's session we have seen one example program on a vector. Hope you got some better idea rather than listening to the theory, right? In later sessions we will see some other classes which are available in collection framework. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.